Good morning. Super peaceful night last night. But what did I wake up to? What is this? What the crap? I've never had this happen before. I put a few things. Wow. Wow. Ekko didn't make any noise. Oh no, this freaks me out. I mean, it's got to be a squirrel. They destroyed his bed. Chewed the tag off, put holes in it all along here, even got up on top and chewed a huge hole. What the crap? You know, it's kind of not that big of a deal in a sense. Like, this cover can be replaced. This is such an awesome bed, but what the crap? It's demolished. I can't believe Ekko didn't make any noise last night. He didn't bark. I even leave the window open a lot at night just so he can hear stuff, so he can warn me if something's out here. So he should have heard this. It's got to be a squirrel. What has me freaked out now is the truck. If a squirrel can do that like overnight, then if it gets in here, I mean, then I'm screwed. One thing about Mr. Ekko, we have had a squirrel in the truck before, a few times. They kind of get in the frame. They don't seem to chew anything. They just kind of go in there and investigate and then they leave. But in the morning, Ekko will start smelling around the truck. So if there's a squirrel in there, he should let me know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be really diligent about, maybe I'll leave the hood open here. And I'm going to spray really heavily with peppermint oil. Oh my gosh. Because if that thing gets into this truck, I've never seen that much damage. And it just shocks me that it happens so quickly, just overnight. Ekko. Ekko. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. See if he smells anything. Get it. Get it. Ekko. Right here. Ekko. Get it. There's something under there? No? I slept so good last night. Just in the peace and quiet. Oh, so comfortable. This just freaks me out so much. I hope that peppermint spray works. And I noticed I didn't see any droppings, like, mouse or rat droppings. Obviously, these chew marks are really big. It could be like a big rat. But if you look down here, there's a bunch of little paw prints. So that's, to me, that's a squirrel. That looks like a squirrel. I know there's a lot of squirrels around here. I haven't seen any yet, but they're obviously out here. You can see how I feed the dogs on Ekko's bed. And there's a couple reasons, because you see how he spills food. So that keeps the food from getting in the dirt. And then also for Dodger, it raises it up off the ground. So I think it's a little bit easier for him to eat, so he doesn't have to bend over. But what happens is, then, I put water in the food too, and that kind of splashes out and gets on the bed. So that's going to leave some food residue on the bed. That may be why the squirrel attacked this thing, was going for the salt from the food. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make my peppermint oil. I'll show you guys how I do that. Go ahead and let me know what you think of my technique. And Dodger's not gonna want this. You're not gonna want this, buddy. So I have this little spray bottle here, and this is the peppermint oil I've been using lately. I got this from Walmart. So in this little spray bottle, I add 20 or 30 drops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Then I just fill that up with water. Now let me show you how I spray this around. I can't remember if I've shown you guys how I spray the inside of the truck before, but I've seen mice and they get up in here. And I've been spraying it on pretty much anything that's plastic in the engine. The air filter, that rubber piece, the washer fluid container, this cowl in the front, the plastic cowl for the fan, and up in this corner. Also, I've been spraying in the radiator and down in here. And that's not all though. I used to spray it on the tires, but then I was worried about it affecting the rubber in the tires just because there's oil in here. So I spray the rims. And I get also up into the frame because that's where I've heard mice running around before. Is like kind of inside the frame of the truck. I also spray the mud flap. You guys let me know if you got any ideas of where I should be spraying. And what I've noticed when I spray this stuff in the truck, I can smell it about 2 days later, but after that, it's kind of gone. So I don't know if I need to do something stronger. People say put mothballs in here. They say put oil directly on like a cotton ball and stick that in places in the truck. This is the worst place I could get a rodent problem. And something like, if I get that squirrel in here, I'm going to be so pissed. That's just going to ruin everything. At least in the trailer, if I get something, you know, it's not the end of the world. They can do all kinds of damage. They can get near food and all that. They tend to stay out of here. I've only ever caught one mouse in here. I think that's just because we're in here enough. Sometimes the truck will sit for a week without me even really using it. Let me show you where I spray the trailer, because I do also spray the trailer. Every time I do the truck, I spray the trailer. And you saw in our recent videos, I had some kind of serious mouse problems. And since we got into this spot last night, I haven't set up the trap again in the truck. You see how I spray the chocks is what I'm spraying rather than the tire. But I also get the rims, get up in the frame a little bit. And one thing I've noticed is I used to get bugs in the chocks and in these blocks here. But since I spray these, I don't get bugs in them anymore, which is at least something positive that I've noticed about the peppermint. Hiking out here with Mr. Ekko for about half hour now. And I'm just thinking like, oh, what am I doing out here? Oh, this is the top part of a skull. it's very consistent out here. Everything you see is just this, just trees, grass. We saw one deer running around, so I put Ekko on his lead. But I'm thinking, like, what am I hiking out here for? Why do I like this? And it's the mystery. It's like, I don't know what I'm gonna find, and there's really not a lot. It's just trees and grass. We got a nice breeze, it's overcast, it's good hiking weather. But you're constantly on the lookout for anything that stands out, anything that's different. It could be a weird plant, a weird tree, some sort of rock formation, any kind of animal life, a scuff in the ground, or bones. And to me, that looks like a deer carcass, a deer skeleton. And I don't have any direction. I'm kind of letting Ekko follow scents. And maybe that's why I headed this way. Yeah, this is a deer or an elk. And is that the skull or no, that's like the pelvis. No, that's the, what is that? Oh, that's the pelvis. You can see the joints there, the sockets for the joints. It's pretty nasty, still got some hair on it, but slowly disappearing. And actually, this is two animals. Two separate animals here. I just thought I'd share that with you guys, because sometimes you're hiking and there might not be a lot to see. This terrain is pretty consistent. Here's the legs of the animal. Pretty gruesome. But I would say this doesn't look like a hunter. It looks like something died out here naturally, or something killed it. So sometimes, you're hiking out here, and depends on who you are, what kind of person you are, but it might be boring to you. Kind of see the same thing over and over. One thing that I have in my mind right now is, I don't know even what direction I'm going. I kind of feel like camp is back that way, about a mile and a half. But I really don't know. I'll have to get on my phone. And I always do have a compass in my pack. I have an extra battery in my pack for my phone. So that's pretty much what I rely on to get back. So even if I don't find anything interesting out here to discover or explore, I still got that mystery of like, oh, I don't know where I am. I don't know how to get back. And that's exciting to me. That's fun. I'm not being stupid about it. I know there are roads that crisscross around here. I haven't found one yet, but that would be like my backup. If I didn't have any batteries for my phone, if I couldn't find my way with the compass, then I would just hike until I found a road. Then I'd hike that road. Oh, there goes a jackrabbit. It's a bunny. It's a bunny, Ekko. I don't know if I caught that on camera. Good size jackrabbit. Now Ekko is very triggered. He would have gone after that thing. It's fast though, really fast. Ekko, come. Ekko, come. Come. He won't even look at me. Ekko, sit. 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 Good. Sit. Stay. Sit. Stay. Stay. You're focused. Stay. It's gone, buddy. No. It's nothing. Just leave it. Just leave it. Try and keep him calm. Good. Sit. Sit. Just little things like that for me, for me, they make it worth it. Well, I don't want to bore you guys, so Mr. and Ekko and I are going to continue our hike. And we'll jump back in if I find something exciting. See what Ekko's smelling right here. I'm pretty sure this is porcupine. Usually you'll find one or two little turds like this, kind of clumpy, pointy shaped. And always there'll be these scratch marks. You can see where the pine needles are pushed aside there. And you can see how the scratch marks go like that. That's porcupine. Put it down in the comments if you think it's something else. We just came upon a bird, which I'm going to call a hawk. And it had killed something. We saw the fur on the ground. Ekko was really interested in that. It's right there. I thought maybe it was an owl at first. And it couldn't fly very high. I guess what it killed is pretty heavy. So it was flying pretty low and slow. So I was able to see where it landed. And I've just now spotted it in the tree. Seems like it got a squirrel, like a small squirrel.